maps aside, they've always struggled to close out the series, which seems to be a psychological issue more than a map one. But at least they've got Inferno look on. It's a map they're definitely very good at. I think they do have some holes in their game when they played on Chaos. When they played versus Chaos, I feel like they gave up B a little bit too easily. I know that MIBR do that as well on their CT side. I personally think it's a flaw in some of the top teams that play. So they rely too heavily on the B holds. And the B takes have gotten so good that that can lead to inconsistent T halves. And there's only a couple of teams that really give credence to making sure they keep an N in check when they need to. Mostly Astralis. EG actually quite good at that. But, well, yeah, I guess because they're both even strength in that regard, and Liquid closed out that map, the first half of that map strong, maybe they can actually pull this off. Another nice start here for Taco. Good trades from both sides, 3v3 as they push onto the site, and there's two behind a Moto smoke.
Not going to be easy. 3 versus 2 now, turn still for Liquid. Got that bomb in the back of the site, but KNG tries to slip through this. Nitro, he's going to be isolated on the bomb site itself, but he ducks back into the cover, has a chance, and has teammates to try and help him here. But KNG, a nuisance in this moment. Everybody's still somehow alive. First starts knocking him down. Look at that. Crisp aim to the back of Pit. Now he gets onto the bomb. He does not have the kit, and yet still he sticks this halfway before coming off. Stewie dances around him, and then Electric slides back into the cover, the safety of short. Back into the apartments he's gonna go. Fur, he knows he has no chance. Stewie, you dog, goes ahead and wins this pistol for Liquid.
It was a pretty round by Fur. Well played by Stewie. Perfect bait there, obviously. Even took a small risk because Fur played it perfectly and walked the whole way. So made sure, or just took a gamble kind of and just ran up, just really put a lot of pressure to see if Fur was going to peek him. But, you know, the odds that that person has a kit are obviously quite low. You might even know who has the kit in that situation, considering they play on against MIBR a lot. But Liquid up to the 1-0, and we had that wonderful Stats Helix breakdown of the demo of the rush on overpass to the B site by Team Liquid, by Potter in that analysis segment. And I think the most important part and thing we could draw from that, holy smokes, Fallen, lightning fast shot down mid with the scout. But the most important thing about that was that if Liquid stick to timing, it's going to be very hard for MIBR to keep up. Like, they're on that pistol round, they actually get into the site and allow their Moto smoke to be useful. If they wasted any more time whatsoever, MIBR would have pushed through, gotten to pick controller, had two CTs come through the smoke and nullify that. And so I think Liquid need to stay locked in when it comes to their spacing and timing, follow up on their strats, make these trades really hard to get for MIBR.
Always easier said than done.
True.
But
very true.
A solid start for Team Liquid. They hold. Not going to look to force the issue here. I mean, there was a moment just a couple seconds ago where Fallen spams half the clip of the Scout SSG-08. Does anybody actually ever call it that?
He's got that kind of time.
Yeah. Not Team Liquid. Hell, they're making quick time as they charge straight into this A site, going straight in and costing themselves a couple of their lives. Now, Nitro does get the one up close, but he's outnumbered and he's lost that bomb. 30 seconds. Check out the map. Look how many deaths are stacked on top of this site and another added to the tally. Nitro, clothesline by Fur. One of two guns that MIBR had to work with, but the FAMAS stays in play until it's needed. And oh, did they need that. MIBR bouncing back straight after Liquid win their pistol.
Wow, some pretty furious trades there on the A site. I love how Nitro on the 1v2 juggernauts it in a pit, knowing he can close off a position, forcing either somebody to jump up into the half wall in the smoke or peek him, taking the duel. But Fur, as we're talking about with this tight spacing, MIBR wastes no time whatsoever. Liquid tried to stay on par with that, but Fur comes through that smoke just as he is looking to the side and trades out the 1v1. There's always the argument to go slower, but slower doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win the pistol or the anti-eco rounds. Sometimes rushes are a good idea. That obviously didn't work out like they anticipated. But it doesn't mean it was necessarily a bad play. They have spent all their money and are using a lot of grenades, actually, which is kind of cool from Team Liquid. Going to try to pull off a full strat here.
I like that Taco takes a
they
little
didn't
bit of
see
an
anything
ambition here. Yeah, odd. You know, he takes that risk of kind of peering down middle. Could have eaten a deeg to the face. But correct, he saw nothing. Curious how far Fallen wants to go. You can see him flirting with the idea of also maybe going for a little bit of info down B, but KNG and Fur locking down the brackets, making it look easy as well. 0 casualties versus MIBR, and Elige also cut down. So perfect conversion after robbing after the pistol.
That was really great protocols by MIBR. They keep the 3 stacked up at mid in case the crossfire gets dismantled or compromised from any one position. There's 2 on the side that doesn't get smoked, and there's a player on the site to make sure no one can come out of halls, so the 2 guys in lane have some extra fortification. So they were covered on all fronts, and they also had someone push down B. So there's really no play for Liquid there, except for winning miraculous trades at the top of mid.
Glocks. Lots of them. And nothing else. Well, maybe a little ferociousness, but that's about all they have in this formula. Getting up into the apartments pretty quickly, trying to hope that some of these CTs overstep the boundaries.
They need some of that curiosity.
Yeah, it would help. Although last time it was a bit too much to handle for both of these teams, of course. Furious sitting 2-0 in the group. Their last match versus Chaos. Careful, Fallen. There's a lot of bodies down there. Softening them up, of course. Come on, Liquid. Get to the point. Here it comes. They charge straight into the arch side, and they get exactly what you'd expect. Just mowed down. Naf, 7 health. He wants something, but he'll find nothing. MIBR, 3 rounds to 1, straight at the start of this Inferno map.
Hey, man. I mean, the fact that they're trying so hard on these Glock rounds, really, I mean, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? They lost that initial pistol. They closed out the first map, but for them to try so hard when they have absolutely no utility, that kind of feels like a Liquid that we haven't seen recently.
Fair enough. Trying to milk it for what they can. No op to counter that of KNG, who immediately posts up here in mid. And Nitro, he's going to have to be careful. He's being pressured by all this utility, and if he backs up too far, he's going to get slammed down ramp. Elige toying with the idea of rounding mid, but instead he'll go through apps.
Respecting the B presence as they delay the top mid. They don't want to take eyes off this unless they want to spring it really quickly. It's going to be the Virtus Pro setup on lane. Player on this awning is going to peer over any smokes that land on lane, and the 2 below to hold on to lane themselves.
So far, so good. Taco tries to swoop down with his MP9 to add another, but hey, KNG, he knows he can't take any more risks because his other teammates did, and they died. So he calls for the rotate, which comes in the form of Fallen. Close smoke, denies Nitro any sort of a push, and good job by Nafly to line that up. Now he is in a bit of a pinch. Could easily fall back to the B bomb site, has that time, but doesn't know if everyone rotated through the spawn. Look at him go. MIBR, they're trying to follow suit, playing shoulder to shoulder, but Naf circumvents the threat by heading out through apartments. And even now, MIBR, they have to second guess this. There's a chance he went B, but he hasn't. And if he clears short, oh, that could have been his key into it. I love that MIBR just try and track him down.
Staying together in that buddy system, going to play the retake. 2v1, disallowed part of it all. They get killed by the A rotator. There's still 2 guys they know left in the site. They killed by the A rotator who gambled over towards B because the one time that Team Liquid take banana, they also hit the site. MIBR are like, could you do anything more obvious? Fun fact, Lounge Nation, the last and only time TRK played against Liquid, he played against JDM 64. Whoa.
That was a while ago.
Wait. That was MLG Columbus era.
Era.
When
Rest in peace.
Maybe
JDM.
that would have been in the circuit to MLG Columbus. Can't remember that far back. I told myself when I started watching CS:GO, in 2012, 2013, that I was never going to forget every single tournament bracket, every single result that happened, all the roster moves, no problem. I can't even remember what the hell I ate for breakfast.
Well, old age will do that to you. That's why I'm going to be young forever.
At 80.
12,
That's why
by
I'm
the
going to
way.
be young forever.
Very little to work with, Liquid. A MAC-10. How exciting. Some grenades around it, but very patient setup here from Liquid, just hoping that someone from MIBR move forward. But hell, if it's in the middle of the gun rounds that they decide to play 2 passive A and a solid B stack, then I don't see any of these defensive players making a move right now. So Liquid decide to show their hand. They're going to go ahead and run into the A bomb site, yet again trying to use the MAC-10 to clear the closest of corners. They get the plant that they'd hoped for, but what more can they make of this? Because there's 2 anchors, not 1, but 2 anchors locking down this pit position, although low HP for Taco. And they are very much trying to get him out of here, which they have. Nap takes control of the situation, and Twist takes control of that fallen M4. A second Colt picked up for Liquid, as they actually have a man advantage in this post plant. So Fur leading the charge with 13 kills, 2 deaths, is blinded as he arrives, and that's solid stuff from Liquid. Just sprinting in through the open route, planting bomb frantically, dealing with Pit in the post plant, and hanging on to get their second round.
This is almost exactly the same thing that happened on Overpass. They were losing drastically, calling wasn't great, and then they won an eco round. What's that?
Can we? Oh man, I don't know if we have time, but that was Naf just shooting 1 bullet through the smoke of Pit to kill Taco. I thought the player who jumped into the same smoke just got him up close, but no, it's like they had a problem to deal with, and Naf flicks at it like, somebody just get this guy out of here. Nonchalantly blows him away. And even more awkwardly, it looked like the CT who was behind that half wall killed a player who was tip to tip in small pit. I don't know what's going on. But this round, more importantly, is already starting to unfold over to this A site, and Taco just got robbed on a timing. He looks away from the Balk room and gets blindsided. So Liquid, out of nowhere, have gone ahead and gotten half the round count of MIBR, because Fallen and Fur should most certainly save.
Yeah, they turned up they turned on the burners to full strength. They have flipped on the nitrous oxide and are stepping on the gas pedal. After that eco round rushing towards A, they do the exact same thing. MIBR try to innovate, come up with a new strat to hold towards A. So they have the idea that it might be something involving halls, but 2 players get defeated without even getting a trade. So with that in mind, there's pretty much no chance to hold onto the site. 1 player pushes into mid, it looks like, ends up getting killed, and Liquid are on to 3. And yeah, just like on Overpass, they start to look better and better after winning the eco round. Put together the 2 in a row and are on pace to make it 3. Fallen and Fur, it looks like they can drop. That's so nicely done. And he even gets a lot of damage off on Fallen. Ends up being inconsequential, but maybe plays into the fear factor a little bit more. So super sick round there from Team Liquid to push in a B. That was versus 3 people, and it's because the flashes are so incredible. I'd love to actually see that maybe, in the post game. They can pick whatever round they want for the stats, Helix breakdown, but maybe that one to see to compare and contrast those flashes, because it feels like KNG was totally useless. They had 2 players in CT spawn, neither of which could push through, and everyone was going to work.
Yeah, the king comes down from his throne. He's fighting on the front lines. Cuts off both Elige and Stewie 2K. So this kind of leaves Team Liquid with a bit of a desperate hit into this B site. The pistols are trying to slow them down. Nitro looking to create that space, and I love this. They're just going to hide inside of the smoke, but it doesn't actually work. Fur is caught. So we are back to the 3v3, but at least Taco and KNG picking up the AKs that he worked so hard to drop, and they spot the man back dark. Now, this is a tough post plant because we have Twist and Nitro very much pinned in behind their boxes. That's a crucial headshot to give them a little bit more room to breathe. The smoke goes back towards Coffins, so Twist just has to commit to the corner. And once these CTs come forward, they are his for the taking. He follows up with the headshots, and Liquid dodge, losing to an eco. But hell of an effort there from MIBR.
I thought that was a write-off at that point. The 3v5 situation, they had to force their way into B. The fast flank's already coming down mid, because once again, MIBR not scared to go for information, but the aim is crisp here for Team Liquid. They hold it down, just as you would expect them to do with better guns and get more than 1 apiece. So nice trades across the board. Team Liquid hold strong. MIBR still have a great half here, and it's because they've been playing a fantastic CT side in general. Dropping that eco round, I think, really shook things up. An important pre-fire down the halls from Elige kind of has allowed Liquid to stay confident, keep their economy on their feet. But those things aside, Liquid are starting to catch up. MIBR are still looking like a solid team on the CT side. So there's still a chance here to close out 10, or not 10, maybe not 10-5 at this point, but the 9-6 once again.
I think we're just going to keep getting more and more B hits here. Team Liquid starting to find their groove. Albeit first, still nearby. 16 kills, 5 deaths for the madman of MIBR. Stewie. Hello? Goes in on his own.
He got some info. He got information on 2 people. Yeah, so that they are already ready to go ahead to take the A site, and there's no one could crush them from Arch, and no one in pit as well. So they should be okay.
Yeah, they're fine. As long as they get Taco from the site, which they will. So Stewie offering himself up for the greater good.
But yeah, it is, you know, always a risk to give up an AK. And that means an AK for next round no matter what. Unless it gets taken down by the P250. Don't know if Fallen had armor there. But we're going to have a buy-up. Team Liquid come to 6. And we're going to see if MIBR can continue to come through with really nice setups, but also meet themselves halfway on the aim. And maybe find a way to do a bit better about dodging some of these amazing flashes that are coming over into B. I think that's once again what is allowing Liquid to come back and win some of these sustainable rounds, these full execute rounds into B. Stu is not the problem. Stewie's last game against Liquid for MIBR was 2-0 to Liquid, including a 16-2. When they played next, TL with Stewie won 16-2. Huh. Well, there you have it. I think the math checks out.
16 plus 2 divided by 12. Carry the 4, and then X equals, what, 9? Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, that's the arithmetic right there. We showed the math.
KNG close. I like this. Round 14, he tries to get sneaky. It doesn't work out for him, but TRK can absolutely make the most of it. 2 frags down the mid lane. And all the while, we have Fallen encroaching closer and closer to the bottom of Banana. The entirety of Team Liquid on the other side here. It's going to really justify MIBR stacking A early. But he's going to have to cut them off. Oh, they eat their own flashbangs. That one's not going to help. And you can see Liquid now a little hesitant to follow through with the B opening, and that's enough to give MIBR to go back.
They scared them into pulling 2 because one's peeking down mid. Fast rotate here down the runway could come back, but he's already peeked down mid, hasn't seen anything. I don't know how scared of the smoke they'll be. It looks like, yeah, they're going to try to run it back, applying a bit of pressure towards mid. Our CT man on B is going to stay. So smoke seems to be sort of kind of become the triumphant move here for MIBR to allow them to stack in the correct site.
Bird yet once more inside of smoke. Feel like he's been there half the series, but wow, twists honed in on the back of that bomb site. Taco never seemed to stand a chance. Fur has 2 players ahead of him with very low HP, and he gets the spam onto the bomb plant, but Twists goes one better, shooting through the smoke and cutting this down now to the 1 versus 1. He's got 2 kills to his name, as does TRK. Both players HP nearly the same. And the bomb's faked once. Now he has to commit to this. Comes up, ready for the headshot. Oh, but he turns back and almost loses out. Twists, keeping his head on a swivel and locking in another round for Team Liquid. They're tied up at 7, which means the slight edge is anyone's to take here at the end of the first half.
That adds a little bit of a whiff there from TRK. Twist 30 HP, and he did so good at the beginning of the round too to get those 2 kills down mid, trading out KNG, allowing them to keep a 4v3. That is a shame. It sucks that, you know, the spotlight becomes on, you know, not killing the guy who had 30 health at the end of the round when you're the only reason they got close.
KNG's like, if we're doing this twice, I'm not going down there. TRK instead heads to mid, and this time it works out way better. They get their 2 opening kills, and it costs them nothing, except Twist will double back, peeking down middle. Man, he is the saving grace in these last few rounds.
Yeah.
He had a pretty rough start on this map, and he is now 15-8.
He's decimating them. It's like a death match for him right now, just running into angles. He is not scared at all. I mean, to be fair, none of them look terrified. They all look so confident right now. They're moving at a lightning fast pace, winning all their man disadvantage situations.
Ooh. Oh, still a chance. Twists. He's going to need the ace in the 15th round. Now, he does have the 1v1, and he's got the 4th piece of the puzzle. Looking to slam in that final frag.
Oh.
But he's got to figure out where the hell is Fur coming in from. And this has been the heaviest hitter for MIBR. He's cleared everything he can, but just misses the timing in apartments. Yeah, he will.
Oh, my. Oh, was there 2 aces this game?
I guess so.
Shoot. Wow, missed one of the aces. Let me what was the other ace? It wouldn't have been Twist again. Nafly probably, since he has that many kills, you'd think maybe it was him. I don't remember what the round was where somebody else got an ace. That's interesting. But yeah, it is hilarious that Liquid are winning 12-8. Stewie's 4-16. Does have 9 assists. So what's his ADR look like? Any silver lining here?
Let me take a gander.
Oh, the double nade. TRK's out. KNG's down a little bit. That's how you want to play Banana. I mean, the unconfirmed damage resulting in a frag.
Yeah, Stewie has 53 ADR, 371 utility damage. The next closest on his team, 123. And the man's got 20 successful flashbangers. Only championed by Nafly, who has 21. So
those are both insane numbers. And
yeah.
We saw how sick their flashes have been on both Overpass and Inferno. It's really complementing their fast play style really well, because people are not sitting around in anti-flash positions. They're constantly scared of the attack coming and looking right at these flashes and eating them.
Fallen trying to boost over top of the smoke. Ow. There's more flash stats for Naf. And another one. Oh no, it's a
more nade damage.
This time.
Some more damage, yeah.
Like, how many flashbangs does this guy have? Smoke goes down on the front of the bomb site. Actually extinguishes the Molotov, so that's not going to be ideal for Team Liquid. They were hoping to delay this hit. Fallen, knowing that somebody's inside of the oranges because of the trajectory of the nade, really focusing on him, and Taco gets that second kill, giving cover to it. Nitro tries to spam through smoke and only cuts down 1 body, so they maintain the even 3v3, but they go ahead and save.
Wow, they don't have nades. Yeah, they would have definitely attempted this if they had the utility. They were in pretty good spots. But it's good to see that they know exactly what the course of action is based on their utility. They're not even going to entertain the thought of going for this. If Fallen didn't have an op, I assume they'd try to go for it too. But with Fallen with an op on quad and no one on Banana, there's not a really easy way to knock down other riflers or to get Fallen into a compromised position. As long as they agree that Fallen's competent, he should be getting 1-2 kills, no problem, which means the retake is extremely unlikely. So they fall back, they keep this lead going, and they submit to the fact that MIBR had an excellent B take. This smoke was awesome. Taco allowing him to get that first kill, and Fallen jumping in on the right side of the smoke to kill the guy in oranges who was waiting and would have tried to look up and kill Taco after he jumped over.
Fallen almost looking away before he picks up that kill, but he gets it. I'm going to credit Vendetta for this one. I just read a great stat from him. MIBR went 11-4 in opening duels and still lost the first half of CT 8-7. 11-4 in opening duels.
A lot of that was because of Twist, because of Elige. They were pulling off these low number situations and winning. They won that 2v4. They won I think a couple of 1v2s.
I stole your banger stat, Ben, so you better get ready for something else on the desk. Oh, everybody already knows.
Whoa, that's a huge pickup. They were really risking it all for Taco to come up lane. They wanted him to just, as a mercenary, get into the site, maybe lurk out for a kill. I think he was going to go sit by the hay and try to catch someone peeking on the site. coming off a default and then just maybe try to hit B at the same time or go back if he got a kill. But there seemed like there was a lot of ways for him to die there, so
Smoking the
maybe
front side again.
they're getting a bit desperate.
Trying to make it through this line of fire, but Stewie catches KNG first and foremost. They are going to follow suit here. What remains of MIBR trying to just shove their way onto this B bomb site. Everybody's flooding on them, and Team Liquid starting to heat up, not looking scared at all in these engagements. Not shying from just throwing themselves into the execution.
They shake hands and agree to every single gambit. If somebody wants to push out into a piece of map control, they feel the slightest bit scared. Everybody on their team comes out and says, all right, we'll trade you out, go for it. They're denying a lot of bomb plants this way. When the bomb's going down, they're pretty much giving up in the first place. And MIBR are now in a really tough spot. That was such an important round to win. They don't have much to work with. And they spent a little bit of money, but are already down so low. Oh, okay, KNG.
Huge.
Sweet CZ kills.
Man sweeps through Banana like it's nobody's business. That actually throws an op into his hands and equips Taco with the AK. Taco's going to be able to just stay back behind the sandbags as KNG cuts down the player from spawn, and that's that. The eco from MIB plays. Less teammates. TRK comes in with one. Op shot is missed. Nitro, in fact, fumbling a second. So there is a world where MIBR can still get onto the site, but Elige is coming in, and Elige lines them up. 15 rounds for Liquid, 4 map and match points.
Nice round there from Nitro. We're claimed mid right before the smoke plumed in his face, and Elige there to serve as the bait collector. KNG tries to hunt down Nitro on the reposition when they attempt the attack on lane, and Elige just makes sure and calls them out for trying to do so. 15-11 here. But just as mentioned, they do have a little bit... Oh, no, that was actually the second round in a row that Team Liquid were able to stop them kind of cold. So beyond that, they haven't got... I mean, we've already seen a MAC-10 purchase here. Fallen, is he going to go AK armor, no nades? Is KNG going to drop an AK? That might be the best course of action. Looks like a Galil for Fallen, so he can get some nades. And utility probably makes the most sense here. And those two players can both keep the good guns, try to fall back on their utility, so we might have some type of grouped execute. No, still an argument to be made. 2 entries can win the round here. MIBR had a very ferocious B take, and they have the nades to keep up with some of the banana pressure that's going to come down. Taco going to expel his utility belt. Expect him to be going in front now that he's done that.
A little bit of apartments presence first. How crucial that could be if they would be able to just slip out the balcony. I mean, with a forward position from Liquid there on short, the only problem they have to deal with is twists. I say that like it's a simple task. Yeah. He's got eyes forward. Nitro smoking off boiler door, just has to hit these shots, but he's actually playing with his grenades. He falls into the bomb site, and they're going to welcome the execute. Everybody comes in. Nitro with a hell of a flick shot. Misses the second, but twist inside the pit. Good for a double. So a single man advantage for Liquid on their retake. Bomb will be planted safely in the depth. A frag that misses the mark. Incendiary smoke, 3 flashes for Liquid to make this happen.
Rotations make a lot of sense. Not a good couple of spots to stand in here for MIBR if they're closing in on you via lane.
Yeah.
Utility to the side as well.
That one's thrown up and over. Crucial kill from KNG, but Elige slips right in, sprints forward. It's 19 health here for KNG, and down he goes. Naf gonna sprint over, get on bomb, and take map 2. Team Liquid avoiding elimination, and now MIBR, they're